My name is Sherry Johnson, and I'm from Huntsville, Alabama. I'm an American Cancer Society volunteer, and I work with the Look Good, Feel Better program. I work on a monthly basis in the local treatment centers on Look Good, Feel Better sessions, and then I'm also an area trainer for the North Alabama area. One of the biggest challenges that we hear from patients about some of their daily beauty regimens during treatment is the loss of eyebrows. Now, when looking in the mirror to find the correct placement for your brows, what you want to do is use your pencil and go from the outside corner of your mouth, the inside corner of your eye, and make a little dot. The outside corner of your mouth across the colored portion of your eyes and make another dot. The outside corner of your mouth across the outside corner of your eye and make another dot. Now you want to repeat this on both sides, and that'll help you get your eyebrows even when there's no hair there to show you, where you're going to place them. What I work with my clients in the salon with doing is to practice on the back of your hand. And what you want to do is make your little dots just as you were doing on your eyebrows, and then practicing making the strokes going both left and right to do the brows. Practicing this way will help you a little bit easier when you're working on your face. Now the hairs that come from the center of your brow generally are pointing up, and then as you go across the brow, the hairs start to slant down like this. Now that's starting to take the shape of a brow, so if you were doing that on your own face or on the back of your hand, you would go to one side and then go to the other. This would be your first guideline. Now the next pass that you would do, you would just simply add more little hair strokes to fill in, like this, and then you would go the other direction. Generally that's going to take about 4 passes before you have something that looks like a brow. Now see, the shape of that is beginning to look like a brow, but you can see your little dots and you can see that they're singular little strokes. Now taking your little disposable mascara wand, you simply comb the little hairs, and that kind of smudges it all together and causes it to look more natural. Now at this point you would either take a brow powder or brown eyeshadow or translucent powder, and you would set it with that so that they wouldn't smudge off of your face if you touched them during the day. Now I'm going to do a little bit of that on Diane. Diane's eyebrows are still with her, and this will just help her practice during the time before she loses her brows on how to make those hair-like looking strokes with the pencil. Now I'm going to use the pencil with the lead down, and I'm going to make my first little pass, and see how that's already beginning to add some color to her brow. Then I would come to the other side. It's just easier if you'll go side to side and add a little at a time than it is to try to do them all at one time. Now the best news is that Q-tips make really great erasers, so you don't have to worry about getting this perfect. You can start over at any point where you feel like you've made a little boo-boo. Okay, now after you've added enough, you take your little disposable mascara wand and you smudge that in. Brush them so that you're brushing any existing hairs up. Okay, now with just a little bit of brow powder or brown eyeshadow or translucent powder, you've got your eyebrow for the day. I've been a hairstylist here in Huntsville for 30 years, and I've been a busy hairstylist from very early in my career. The first year, I've had ladies coming to me going through treatment who needed help with wigs or the loss of brows or different problems that you experience during the temporary time with treatment. And it continues for me to be that women going through treatment are facing far more than the loss of brows or their hair. But what they want to do more than anything is to keep living somewhat normally. And the reasons that they give for wanting to look normal are very motivating and very moving to me. They want to look normal for their first grader who they have to pick up in the car line, or their grandchildren who they don't want to be afraid of them. They want to look normal in the workplace so that they won't draw attention to themselves. They want to look normal at a party so that that they can just be living without calling attention always to their sickness, but to just be able to let other people feel comfortable. It's rarely about them. It's always about who they want to look normal for. And I just admire that in them, and I want to help them, you know, in any way I can. One of the things that my partner here with the American Cancer Society and I discussed is that when the volunteer that I work with on a regular basis and I were, when we were trained, we really, at the end of our training, didn't feel like we were equipped to actually start the program here. And we got together in our kitchens and in dining rooms and practiced and did things. And what I'm pretty committed to in the trainings that I do is that the volunteers, after the session with me, would feel more equipped or better trained so that they feel comfortable in the sessions right away. It would be my hope that if my experience could help those volunteers, and then even on a national basis, if I could help more volunteers help these ladies, then that would be my goal. I'm always interested in meeting people from the other parts of the country. One of the things is that my children are grown and not in the house anymore. I'm not quite as daily committed to being at home. I'd be a little bit freer, I guess I should say, to doing a little bit of travel, and I think that I would really enjoy getting to know people elsewhere that are teaching the same programs. I feel like, you know, some of those sharing of best practices could benefit all of us.